Hello, Mr. Thompson here from Two Geeks in a Game, and I'm just about to confront Mr. Dunn, that scallywag. Got a pretty serious issue that I need to deal with him. Mr. Dunn, there you are. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Yes.
I have a real serious issue we gotta deal with.
Okay.
You're talking.
Too much.
Wait. Dude, I cannot get you. I'm trying to edit it. I got 16 minutes and I gotta crush it down to 8. What are we gonna do?
I'll speak in binary from now on.
I like that. Our problem is our YouTube viewers, no offense, attention span of a dog in a nature park.
Yeah, I've heard that. So that's the nicest comment I've heard about them so far.
So they can't stay focused for enough time. A 20-minute video? Are you kidding me? Like, how are you going to sit there for 20 minutes and watch our video? Actually, I don't know. Are you?
That's what I'd like to know.
That's what I'd like to know. So, Halby, we're going to take our English episode, we're going to cut it down, we're going to add a second episode where we have our bonus footage, and then we're going to leave our math episode the way it is, super monster. But we want you to decide, do you like the monster, or would you prefer that we edit it down and separate it for you?
And I guess it comes down to what's the value of the episode. Do you want lots of ideas just given out right away, or would you like us to crystallize it into like the top 3 ideas and then maybe do a separate episode for all the extra stuff? That's a good question.
Okay, let's find out the answer.
Fantastic. Teaching rules.
Hello, welcome to English, Episode 2, Board Gamesville. Sorry, Episode 2. We are going to start today not with our top 3 picks each, but rather with all the games that didn't make our top 3. We'll try to keep it brief.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll start with The Golden Compass. This was a game where we read the book in class. I thought, let's get the game. Turns out the game is atrocious. It's horrible to play. Looks really great. There's a nice alethiometer, but it's a terrible game, which is why the lesson I use for it is, how can we make a better game than this? And students really have innovative ideas, I've found.
I do the same thing in my math classroom. I have students make games, and quite often the games they make are better than the games that are produced with tie-ins to motion pictures or to books.
Absolutely. If you're teaching Romeo and Juliet, very nice tie-in here. Love Letter. This is a role deduction game, which we'll talk to you. Actually, you have, I think, one of my favorite games over there for role deduction.
Coup. This is a very light role deduction where you have to claim what role you are, but you don't actually have to be that role. And great moments when someone realizes that you lied to them 30 seconds ago. It's a wonderful bluffing game. Bluffing's maybe a better word than lying, so that students don't take that negative connotation, but excellent. Also in bluffing.
That's right. So these 2 games were almost my 3rd pick. I wouldn't have been able to choose 2, so I would have chosen Avalon. Resistance is fun, but Avalon just connects really nicely with a lot of themes we're dealing with in English. Betrayal and deceit. I've mentioned in our unboxing episode, I Am Mordred, which is a fantastic novel, and this board game is really quite fun. You can play it with large numbers too, up to about 10 players. So
both of these are great packages. They almost made my math list. You'll see that there's a little bit of a flavor to the math episode from this, but they didn't make it to the math episode.
And my last pick that didn't make it today, ironic that I'm actually mentioning it when it didn't make my picks, is Ultimate Werewolf. And this is a game that can play up to 68 players. Just out of this box, it was $20. And I connected it to the Chrysalids, where you've got telepaths who are hiding amongst the others, and they're rooted out. There's special role cards in here, so you can actually devise your own game for the Chrysalids based on the actual characters in the novel.
There is a lot of opportunity for role play in Ultimate Werewolf. There's a lot of opportunity for a moderator to be able to build a setting and create scenes, and it's a wonderful game for a wonderful storytelling opportunity. When it comes right down to it, the students are grasped right away, and they want to figure out who are the werewolves. If they're the werewolves, they want to keep under the radar. It's a wonderful game. In fact, this would be the end of the bonus episode, except for the fact that we've got some more.
More bonuses!
More bonuses. Robinson Crusoe is another fantastic game for building this deep narrative of your group surviving an island. And in the end, you always have these just very intricate stories about a snake poisoning you and you defeating a bear with a stick and being cold from some snow in one night. It's just a great game to generate all sorts of writing activities.
That's the point of that game, is the experience that the gamers have. Another one that does the exact same thing. I hate this game, or hate is a strong word. I've never enjoyed playing this game, but if you were an H.P. Lovecraft fan, I've actually taught a sequence of H.P. Lovecraft, then Edgar Allan Poe, then Stephen King, and this game would support it. It's called Arkham Asylum. Cooperative game, which I absolutely love, you've probably noticed, because students are working together, but it really builds in the Cthulhu mythology, and I found some students are really into this stuff.
Although that game can be a little too random, I've heard, and it is a very long game, so probably not appropriate for my classroom, because I don't like H.P. Lovecraft, but there is a new version of it called Eldritch Horror. I haven't played either. I don't have much to say.
That's right. Have you played A Study in Emerald?
I have played A Study in Emerald, and it is a semi-cooperative, competitive, you're on a team, but you don't know whose team you're on. It suffers from, it's not a good game until you've played it about 5 times, and because of that, it's not a good classroom game. These have to be games that generate learning opportunities immediately.
When you're structuring or choosing board games, you have to pick ones that kids aren't just playing. They need to be learning from them.
Yeah, not a time filler.
That's right.
If you're playing Robinson Crusoe, when you're done, have the students write a journal in the mode of one of the characters that they played, and have them struggle with the, how did you get a pen and paper to write this on? And that lets them build so many other skills into their writing, their creativity, their artistic sense.
I would do a lesson on perspective. Write the story from this person's perspective, now write the other half from this perspective. You could do Arkham Asylum. I mean, obviously you would read some H.P. Lovecraft, and The Strange High House on the Hill is a great story. But that's essentially it for our bonus episode. If you did not catch our main English episode, check it out right here. It has our top 3 picks for each of us and our grades.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter.
Like us on Facebook.
And subscribe to us on YouTube.
Teaching rules.
Teaching rules. Oh, man alive. Now they're gonna know my shirt changed.